what is the toughest part about being a parent?
When they don't grow up.
What's the toughest part about being a parent? I feel like something came to your mind instantly and you just didn't want to say.
You guys. I don't know. Like I said, y'all didn't really give us a hard time growing up. So no teen pregnancies, no really bad drug habits or drinking habits. I feel like me and your mom had it pretty easy compared to what we put our parents through.
All of it. It's tough when they're babies and you don't know what's wrong with them because they can't tell you. It's tough on you when they're not sleeping and you stop sleeping even when they are sleeping, you're worrying about them.
There's the part that just stuff that you kind of always done that the kids pick up on it, and then it's maybe not the best thing. And just whatever weird habits or saying bad words or whatever.
Trying to explain to you guys that you can't do everything your friends do just because your friends are doing it. Don't follow in my footsteps. Do as I say and not as I do, right?
And then, too, is that the other part that's hard is that you're constantly having to make decisions. You don't really know if it's the right decision. And you don't really know how it's going to affect them or impact them or whatever. And taking everything that you know or think you know, and then trying to make the right decision with that. And
making the right decisions because you just want to do it right.
Trying to make the best decisions, for your child, and understanding that they're not going to agree with you, but that you're making the best decision. You ask for advice, and then you think, is that the right thing for us? And then you make the decision, and then you go on, like your grandpa always used to say, they're going to be okay. They're not, he used to say, they're not on drugs, they're not in jail, they're not dead, so they're okay. They'll recover from whatever happens, he used to say.
Your grandmother would always worry about your dad and Stacy and Matthew, and I would tell her, they're not 6 feet under, they're not in jail, so everything's going to be all right.
It's tough when they grow up and you see them making bad choices and you can't stop them.
You want them to be able to make their own decisions, and so you want to guide them and hope that they learn from the wrong decisions that you made in your life. But you don't want your kids to suffer the way you did of wrong decisions as you made. So when you try to tell them what to do or give them advice and they don't want to hear it and they want to do it on themselves. So that's probably the toughest, that we're just, as parents, trying to help the best we can with suggesting things to our kids who don't want to hear what we have to say and think we're telling them what to do.
I have to let them live their lives. As a parent, you've been there, you've done that, and you've learned from those situations and challenges. And so when you can easily identify somebody going down a similar path, you want to intervene. You want to tell them exactly what to do. You want to chart the path for them so that they don't, make the same mistakes that you made or do the same things that you did. But you realize because you made certain mistakes and you did certain things, that it contributed to who you were as a person. So I think that's the hardest thing.
You have to allow them to make their own decisions. However, sometimes you know that they're not making the right decision, and you just have to allow them to make those choices and watch them live with the choice that they made and the circumstances that follow that.
Letting your children make mistakes and knowing that you can't fix everything, even when it's bad, and when you want, and seeing them in pain. Yeah.
It's tough when they're lost and you're doing everything to help them, and it's never enough. It's tough to see them when they're hurt.
Worrying that they're going to get hurt, worrying if they're going to achieve in life.
Directing your kids, get them to go in the right direction, and hoping that you don't fail them, that you teach them all the different values in life and how to be successful, and even y'all are older and you still have to worry about that. You know, it's tough.
You feel like their success is on your shoulders. Like, is this first grade gonna be the right first grade? Is this teacher the right teacher? Should I put her in a different program?
It's also tough to when they fail because you feel responsible for it, and I'm very over. My standards are high for myself as for y'all, so it's difficult. I live it, and even now y'all are older, still very much involved in everything you do.
I think that's the toughest thing as a parent. You wonder, am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? Because they don't come with the handbook.
It's hard because there's no manual and every kid is different, so what works for one doesn't work with the other.
Trying to explain to you guys that y'all are not the same, so therefore you don't get the same punishment. That was one of them. Spanking you guys. Getting mad at y'all, period. Like, I can't even get upset at your brother without crying. I just don't even like to get mad at y'all. The fact that I have to get angry with you breaks my heart. I don't want to yell at y'all. I don't want to punish y'all. That's probably the hardest thing for me because I know it has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do it. I really don't want to, though.
The discipline part. You know, you gotta be the discipline.
It feels like you're tiptoeing on eggshells because you just want to make sure that this person is going to be just a kind, functioning member of society that thinks of other people and just realizes that it's not just us. I feel like it's so easy for people just to want to think about themselves and themselves only, and that's all that matters. And I just don't want that for her. Like, I definitely want her to care about herself and be a strong young lady who can stand by what she feels, but I feel like you can also care about other people at the same time, and that's like a big thing, like just wanting to raise her the right way, whatever that means. That's definitely the hardest part.
And worrying if they're gonna be good people. You know what I'm saying? That's my main good dude, man. I don't care about being rich, just be a good dude, you know what I'm saying?
I think the other toughest thing is letting your children go. When you've raised them and you've had them, and then all of a sudden they want to be on their own and stuff, that's a tough thing to keep in mind, that a parent's job is to work themselves out of a job.
The toughest part of being a parent is when you have to let go.
It's tough in every aspect. And it doesn't go away, but it's one of those things until you become a parent and you realize, or you'll know it's totally worth it. Because then people are like, why did you do it again and again and again? And because it's totally worth it. There's nothing like it.